Welcome to the Navigate Your Nervous System series. We're going to be going through it here on YouTube in September and October, and also in our membership community. I have a cheat sheet on how to navigate your nervous system that you can download at melissawest.com/navigate. And just to tell you a little bit about it, because here on September on YouTube, we're going to be going through the sympathetic fight or flight responses. And then in October, we're going to be going through the dorsal vagus freeze response here on YouTube. And then you'll also see on the cheat sheet the part of the ventral vagus response that we'll be going through the fawning and fitting in. And that's what we'll be doing in our membership community. So that's all on the cheat sheet, which Tim will put on the screen here, that you can download at melissawest.com/navigate. So remember that our members will get a elevated deep dive into a premium elite tier where they'll navigate the fitting in response in September and the fawn response in October. So again, go to melissawest.com/navigate to download your cheat sheet to see where you are in terms of navigating your nervous system. And I'm going to be teaching through it all through September and October here on YouTube and in our membership community. So let's just take a moment to look at what we're focusing on today. What I'll be teaching about today is the sympathetic nervous system, specifically the flight response. And we're going to be talking about, if you get your cheat sheet and go through your cheat sheet, we're going to be talking about the sort of spectrum that you can go through in that flight response. So it starts with worry, when you feel worry coming up. And then it goes into anxiety, and that's what this class is going to be about today. So that's the beginning and sides of it. Then it goes into fear and terror and panic. So that's the whole spectrum, the flight response. And that's the smartest thing to do. Your nervous system is never wrong. It starts to move you along the spectrum. And the first thing your nervous system does when it senses that you're in danger is it moves you away from the danger. And the signs that you start to notice that on the low end of things, and this is why that cheat sheet's so good, so make sure you go to melissawest.com/navigate to get it, is you can start to see, okay, worry's coming up. Your nervous system's gonna start to turn you on to move you away from that threat response. So before we come down to center, we're going to help our nervous systems to feel safer by something called orienting. I do this with our members all the time before we start our classes. And that's just to take a look around your environment. Do this slowly. The more you rush, the more your nervous system feels anxious. So look around, and this just helps your nervous system to orient itself, to know that it's safe. Look around, particularly behind you, so that your nervous system knows that what's behind you is safe. And also, if you're inside, make sure your nervous system knows where the door is, so that you can flight, so that you can leave, so that your nervous system knows it has a way to leave. And remember, when you're practicing videos, you can always pause, you can always stop, you can always come back. So just orienting yourself that way helps your nervous system to feel safe. Okay, from here, we're going to come to lie down to do some centering. Okay, so you're going to lie down on your back. And here on your back, you have the support of the ground. So you've got grounding, which is very calming for our nervous system. We're going to do something similar to what we do when we stand, which is shaking to help release excess energy. But here you're just going to wiggle your pelvis, and it's like shaking on the ground. I call it settling, and it helps to release excess energy that comes from worry and anxiety. And you can use your breath to support you in this as well. As you exhale, you can let yourself release any excess energy. Then you can come to stillness. Feel the support of the ground again. You can place your hands on your body. You can choose where you want to place your hands. Maybe one on your heart, one on your belly. Offer yourself some grounding self-touch, some pressure. Just to feel that sense of nurturing, like a little hug. That can help to relieve anxiety, to have that self-resourcing in that way. Then we're going to do a little bit of vocal toning to stimulate your vagus nerve, which will also release anxiety, help you feel more centered and grounded. You're going to inhale through your nose. You're going to exhale. You can make a ha sound, an sound. Just feel the sound vibrating in your body. And just notice how you feel after that toning. And maybe even form an intention for what it is you want to receive for this class, for Yoga for Anxiety. And also, even since we're starting a whole series, what you would like to receive over the next 2 months as we navigate your nervous system. And then we're going to go back to that self-connection with a little knee to chest pose, so you can hold on behind your knee, especially if you have knee issues, and you're just going to hug your knee into your chest. Feel how that stretches out your low back and provides some comfort, like a little hug here. So rocking movements and gentle rhythmic movements can be really comforting. So as you inhale, you can let it release a little bit. Exhale, draw your knee to your chest. And then you can release that. Again, feel your connection to the earth supporting you. And let's feel that self-connection again with your left knee into your chest again. This also really supports your digestive system, which turns on your parasympathetic nervous system. You're going to inhale, release slightly. Exhale, drawing your knees into your chest. And I'm going to give you some choice here. You can take your block, and you have a couple of choices here. One is that you can take your block and put it underneath your pelvis and hang out here. So you could have a restorative bridge pose, which I find can be very soothing and calming for your, especially in around your pelvic area. Or if you're feeling like really, sometimes anxiety and worry brings us really up into our heads, and it can be useful to ground, then you can take your block between your knees and we'll feel into your feet, curl your pelvis up, and you're gonna exhale, roll up into a bridge pose. Inhale at the top, and exhale, roll down through your spine, bone by bone by bone, back down onto the ground, so that we really connect with your feet and your legs to ground yourself. And also massage your spine, which massages your nervous system. So inhale, exhale, curl up. And you're gonna do what feels best for you today. No right or wrong or better best. Pause at the bottom, take a breath. And if you've got the block under your pelvis, you can take it out, slowly roll down, and then hug your knees into your chest. And again, it's that self-connection, giving yourself that gentle hug. If your body is craving that rocking motion, that soothing of rocking, you can rock from side to side. Or if you'd rather be still, then be still. So listen to your body and you give yourself what you need. And then you can roll to your side, or you can rock yourself up. We're going to come up onto all fours. And we're going to continue with the comfort and soothingness of rocking by taking your hands slightly forward of your shoulders. Inhale here. Kind of your knees apart. Exhale, rock back. And inhale up. And exhale, rock back. So this gentle rocking is very soothing for your nervous system. And if you want to get more into your serratus, into your shoulders under here, then you're going to inhale, come up onto your all fours on your forearms, and exhale, rock back from here. It's a really nice shoulder stretch. Or you can stay up in your hands. But more of your body is connected to the ground here, which is also grounding. Great resource when you're feeling in that activation of your sympathetic nervous system, moving towards flight with worry, anxiety. We'll come up onto all fours, and you can go into cat pose. Exhale, round, and inhale, arch. and to the side. And the other side. And then you're going to take your blocks and bring them to the front of your mat. We're going to use them in a moment. You're going to walk your left leg through. So you're coming into a lunge pose. I want you to feel it opening at the front of your hip. And then lean back into a hamstring stretch. So lean forward, open up your hips. Lean back, hamstring. So again, we're going through this rocking motion, gently opening our bodies. Hamstrings is the bladder meridian, which runs along the entire back body, also along either side of the spine. So I do find lengthening, opening up the meridians of the bladder meridian really helps to calm the nervous system. And then you're going to tuck your back toe under, and you may want to bring your blocks in a bit, but you're going to start to straighten both legs and bend both legs. So by going through this rhythmic, repetitive pattern, exhale, straighten, and inhale, bend. It feels soothing for the nervous system. And you can shorten the distance between your feet too, so it feels comfortable. So feel free to make any adjustments. And then we're going to switch sides. So you're going to take your left leg back and your right leg forward. And we're going to do the same little sequence. So we're going to lean forward, open up that left hip this time. Lean back, hamstring. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. So again, just going through these rhythmic movements, gently easing our bodies open. And then we're going to tuck your toes under. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. And then the next time you straighten, you're going to come from here and you're going to come up to standing. Okay, from standing, we're going to just continue to soothe your nervous system. You're going to inhale, draw the energy of the earth up, that grounding energy. Exhale, draw the energy down from the heavens. So you're going to bring it down the back of your head, around the back of your neck. Soothe the front of your neck. You can either touch your neck or go above it. You're going to soothe your heart. You're going to go down the sides of your bodies, round your back, and circle inwards in your low back, down the backs of your legs, around your feet. Around the insides of your feet, up the insides of your legs. Circle at your belly. Let's come up, let's go down the inside of your arms. Flick off any excess energy. The outside of your arm. Inside of your arm. Outside of your arm. Let's circle at our heart. Finish. Drawing up from the earth again. Overhead. Bring it down the back of your head. Soothe your throat again. You can smooth down your neck. Down your heart. Down the sides of your body. Around to your back, and you're going to circle in on your low back. Down the backs of your legs. Up the insides of your legs. You can circle at your belly. And then we'll come up, we'll go down the inside of your arm. You can flick off any excess energy. Up the outside of your arm, go across, inside, flick off any excess, outside. We'll finish by circling at our heart. Let's do this one more time. So drop that grounding energy from the earth. Come down the back of your head. Soothe your throat, soothe your heart. Down the sides of your bodies. Circle at your low back. Down the backs of your legs. The fronts of your legs. Okay, we're going to circle at your belly. Come up, down the insides of your arms. You can flick off any excess energy. Up the outsides of your arms. Down the insides. Up the outsides. And we'll finish by circling at your heart. Okay, and then we're just going to continue on here, and we're going to do that shaking the tree now. So just to release any excess anxiety, any excess worry. You're just going to shake it all out. You can go on one leg and on the other. So allow it to go all down into the earth to be composted. And let's do it with a little bit more vocal toning to vibrate that vagus nerve again. This time we're using the sound of the heart to release anxiety, to release heart heat. And we'll do one more like that. Pause and be still and just notice how you feel. Then we can do a couple of motions to clear anxiety from your field. So you're going to inhale and you're going to exhale. You're just going to toss it behind you, like tossing a ball. Pause and notice how you feel. And then one more cleansing and clearing motion. You can bring your arms up, let them fall down. Bring them up, let them fall down. You're going to inhale, exhale, add a twist. And just imagine anything that's causing you anxiety, just gently tossing it away. And then you're going to come and stand into more stillness in the center. Just notice how you're feeling. Notice how your energy feels. Maybe a little bit more clear, maybe a little bit less anxious, maybe a little bit more uplifted. And then stand towards the front of your mat, taking a big step back with your right foot. Sink down through your front left sit bone. We're going to clear the path. You're going to reach forward and inhale, open. So that's clearing the clouds. So imagine clearing the path of anxiety and worry. And then step forward again, and you're gonna, in the center, you're gonna inhale. We're gonna roll down, you're gonna make a sound, you're gonna make the sound VOO, V-O-O-O. And it's gonna, again, stimulate your vagus nerve. It's gonna be very calming for your system. VOO. I'm not gonna do it all the way down because my mic's right here, but you can make that sound. VOO. And when you're out of air at the bottom, you're going to take a breath in and come up. Just roll your shoulders back and down. Circle your head in front. Step back with your left foot now. Sink down through your front right sit bone. You're going to clear the clouds of worry and anxiety. Clear that path. And step in again, and you're going to make that sound again. Inhale. Exhale. Voo. And then it's inhale. You make the sound again, and we'll roll down. Inhale at the bottom. And exhale, roll up. You're going to turn and face the long edge of your mat. You're going to take your feet wide, sink down. You're going to rub your hands together, press your elbows out, and then you're going to circle your hands at your heart. This is very soothing for your nervous system. So it's very soothing if you're experiencing anxiety, also very grounding for your lower body. Then come up, we'll shake your legs out. And let's do that again with the hands in tree pose. So you're gonna come into a version of tree. Let's rub your hands together again. Do those soothing heart hands in tree pose. Maybe bring them up overhead. And back down. And then shake that out. Let's do that on the other side as well. So come into a version of tree pose, some kind of balancing. Rub your hands together again. Cross your hands. And take them overhead. And bring them back down. And then just shake that all out. Get nice and loose. Okay. And from here, you're going to come and sit down. Okay, send your feet towards the short edge of your mat. You can bend your left leg, cross your left leg over your right, and then you have so many options here. You can keep your right leg long, or you can bend your right leg in, especially if it doesn't hurt your knee and you're able to keep both sit bones on the ground. So that's kind of hurting my knee, so knees are precious, I'm gonna keep my leg long. Then you have another option. You're going to either twist towards your leg, or if that's feeling kind of crunchy in your tummy, then you can do an open twist. So I'm going to do an open twist here today. So lots of options for all of our unique bodies and shapes and skeletons. And twists are so good at releasing excess energy, pent-up energy. And then you can put your legs out long, give them a little shake out. And you can bend your right leg in, cross your right leg over your body. Again, lots of options again. You can keep your left leg long, or you can bend it in. And if that's not bothering your left knee and you've got both legs on the ground, you can leave it there. Or you can keep it long. You can turn towards your right leg, or if it's feeling squishy in your tummy, then you can have an open twist. Okay, and then come back to center. You're going to sit cross-legged in the center. You might want to elevate your hips a little bit, either by sitting on your block or on a folded blanket or on a chair. So we want to sit, essentially. And then I want you to gather and resource yourself. So resourcing is something that's really talked a lot about in nervous system healing. So take your hands at the level of your belly. And we're going to inhale, we're going to draw up, and we're going to draw down contentment. Okay, we're going to inhale, we're going to draw up, and you're going to draw down calm. So everything you need is around you. So you can think about drawing in whatever you need right now. Maybe you're going to draw in a feeling of being centered. And you're going to bring in maybe feeling stable. Stable, not stabled. We're not horses. Inhale up. Maybe drawing in, feeling connected to the present moment. And drawing in, feeling at ease. Contentment, confidence, self-assurance, safety, and trust, maybe inner peace. We're going to be doing a breath practice in just a moment, but if you want support with the fitting in nervous system response or the fawn nervous system response of the ventral vagus nervous system, then remember that I can give you that in our membership community. We're going to be focusing on that in September and October. And also remember, you can go to melissawest.com/navigate to download the cheat sheet that I will be teaching you from here on YouTube and also in our membership through September and October, so that you can have that to reference to as well as we go through that. So one more time, go up and around on each side, gathering in whatever else you need before we go into our breath practice. And then you can go ahead and either you can stay seated up for this breath practice, or you can go ahead and lie down. Lying down is nice because it can just take all the pressure off from your neck and your shoulders. But whatever feels right for you today, I'm going to stay seating up. And you can remember, you could also connect to yourself. Maybe one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, both hands on your belly, whatever feels right for you today. Your own best teacher. So listen to your inner guide, your inner teacher. And we're going to do a breath where you're going to breathe in for a count of 4. I'll tell you the breath practice and then you can go at your own pace. So you're going to breathe in for a count of 4. You're going to pause and feel yourself full of that breath for 4. I always like to imagine all my cells receiving for that count of 4. And then you're going to exhale for a count of 8. So breathe in for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. And breathe out for a count of 8. So it's a kind of triangle breath. Breathe in 4, pause 4, breathe out 8. Because our nervous system, because our brains can only survive without air for like a matter of minutes, it's one of the quickest ways we can affect our nervous system. So breathing in 4, pause 4, and breathe out for a count of 8. So the next time you breathe out for a count of 8, just pause and notice how you feel. I've got a poem for you here to receive called Primary Wonder by Denise Levertov. Days pass when I forget the mystery, problems insoluble and problems offering their own ignored solutions jostle for my attention. They crowd its antechamber, along with a host of diversions, my courtiers wearing their colored clothes, caps and bells. And then once more the quiet mystery is present to me. The throng's clamor recedes, the mystery that there is anything at all, let alone the cosmos, joy, memory, everything rather than void. And that the Creator, you still, hour by hour, sustain it. So gradually start to deepen your breath again. Start to wiggle and stretch out. Invite some movement back into your body. You can bend your knees and roll to your side. And slowly make your way up to seated. Let me know in the comments that you picked up your Navigate Your Nervous System cheat sheet. Go to melissawest.com/navigate to pick that up. And also let me know what you're looking forward to most about this Navigate Your Nervous System series that's going to be going on all through September and October here on YouTube. And then, of course, the elite tier in our membership community. I appreciate so much those of you that like this video and subscribe to my channel to make sure that you get the whole series. And I'm sending you so much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our ocean. May you be as rooted as the old growth trees in our forest. And may you be as strong as our mountains. I can't even.